This video is on solving equations by factoring. If you find that you still need practice with factoring polynomials, then I highly recommend that you watch each one of the videos that I have on each of the 6 different types of factoring. Factoring by finding the greatest common factor, GCF, factoring the difference of two squares, factoring trinomials where you have a leading coefficient equal to 1, also factoring trinomials where the leading coefficient is greater to 1. I also have videos on factoring the sum and difference of cubes, and of course factoring by grouping. So I'm going to link them in the description below in case you need additional factoring practice. In this video, we're going to be solving equations by factoring. Take a look at your screen. We're solving 5x to the 4th power equals 80x squared. The first thing I'm going to do is subtract 80x squared so that I set the equation equal to 0. The second thing that I do is now look for a GCF, a greatest common factor. Both the 5 and the 80 are divisible by 5, so I'm going to go ahead and take it out, and they also both have an x squared in common. What am I left with? I'm left with x squared minus 16, because 80 divided by 5 is 16 equals 0. Take a look right here at x squared minus 16. That is simply the difference of two squares. So I can continue to factor this problem as 5x squared times x plus 4 times x minus 4 equals 0. According to the zero product property, if you are multiplying numbers together and your answer is 0, that means one of those numbers has to be 0. So that means I'm going to take 5x squared and I'm going to set it equal to 0. X plus 4, set it equal to 0. X minus 4, set it equal to 0. And now I solve. If 5x squared equals 0 and I divide by 5 on both sides, I get that x squared is equal to 0. And of course, the square root is still going to give me 0. So 0 is one of my answers. From this second part right here, if I subtract 4 from both sides, I get x equals negative 4. And from the last one, if I add 4 to both sides, I get x is equal to positive 4. So these are my answers: 0, negative 4, and 4, if I write them in order. One of the things that you will learn in your class, if you haven't already, is that when you have a polynomial, and these are polynomials, the number of solutions you're going to have is going to be the same as the highest power, which is called the degree. In this case, it's a 4th degree polynomial, and there are 4 answers. And you're probably staring at the screen like there's not 4 answers. We found 3 answers. And the reason is that this x equals 0 is considered a double root, because in reality, it's there twice. The square root of x squared means plus or minus 0, but of course 0 is just 0, right? So in reality, there are 2 zeros as part of my solution. I hope I didn't confuse you. Those of you who are just taking Algebra 1 or Algebra 2, you don't need to worry about that. It becomes a little bit more important in higher level courses like college algebra. So for now, just remember you're factoring and you're setting it equal to 0. Solve 12x to the 4th equals 3x squared. Very similar process. We're going to go ahead and subtract 3x squared from both sides. The GCF is 3x squared. We're left with 4x squared minus 1 is equal to 0. 4x squared minus 1 is a difference of two squares. 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1. Take each part now and set it equal to 0. So 2x plus 1 equals 0. 2x minus 1 equals 0. If I divide by 3 and take the square root, then I'm going to be left with 0 as one of my answers. If I subtract 1 and then divide by 2, I'm going to get negative 1/2 as another one of my answers. And then from this guy, I'm going to get 2x is equal to 1, so x is equal to positive 1/2. So my solutions are negative 1/2, 0, and 1/2. Last but not least, when we take a look at this problem, it's different from the other ones that we just finished doing in this video. Notice that I have 4 terms. Because I have 4 terms, one of the techniques that I can use to factor is to factor by grouping. I can group the first 2 together and the last 2 together. From my first 2, in that group, they both have an x squared in common, so I'm left with x plus 1. From the second set of parentheses, they are both divisible by -9, so I'm left with x plus 1. Be careful right here because you actually divided by -9, so -9 divided by -9 is +1. Now what do they both have in common? X plus 1. And I'm left with x squared minus 9 equals 0. X squared minus 9, however, is the difference of 2 squares. So I have x plus 1 times x plus 3, x minus 3 equals 0. So my solutions are either x equals -1, x equals -3, or x is equal to +3. So those are my solutions to this problem. Hope you found this video helpful. Remember to subscribe to my channel for more help with math so that you can say, yes, I can do math with confidence. Until next time, thanks for watching.